Hello everyone and welcome back to Stories from the Internet. Today we have a posting from Petty Revenge subreddit. It's titled Once a Cheater, Always a Cheater, an epic story of revenge on my ex. The up notes that it's kinda long but it's worth the read, and he starts off. So I'd been on and off with this girl for a while. She was smoking hot, solid 9 out of 10. Her and I just kind of clicked right off the bat and it felt very natural. She seemed pretty smart too. Felt like I lucked out. Boy, was I wrong. We were at that awkward friends but not friends stage for about half a year. Then one night she drops the album. I'm totally cool with it too. Let her know I feel the same way. We date for about a year. Then shit gets weird. I post some stupid cute comment on her Facebook picture just trying to be sweet, and this dude comes in telling me I'm too slow on the draw and he's Prince Charming. Red flags now. This dude sounds pretty confident. The we've been talking about stuff kind of confident. Confront her about it and she insists they are just friends. Yeah, right. And they just started talking last month. I'm not stupid. Tell her either she cuts contact with him or I'm walking. She chooses the latter because he's a really great guy. Okay, whatever. I'll get over it. Just another woman hell-bent on wasting my time. About a month later, she comes back crying and insists she loves me and we are meant to be together. And that guy was such a dick. He effed her and bailed from what I understand. I know she's full of shit, but on the off chance she's serious, I have her swear that she loves me and there's no going back this time. Enter Matt Vanguard. Dota 2 players will get the reference. I set up a fake profile with a sizable library of handsome photos from some random guy I found online. Then I add enough info and make friends to make it believable. Then add her and start chatting her up on this fake account. She swears left and right that this time is different. Meanwhile, Matt is scoring her number and setting up a date. I had an alternate phone number thanks to text plus free text and calling. I'm fucking pissed. It takes a real heartless cunt to sit there confessing their love to someone they've been with a year and a half while simultaneously setting up a date with someone else they've never even met and know nothing about. Yeah, I'm definitely burning the shallow bitch to the ground. And even did my best to make Matt sound like kind of an idiot and kind of an a-hole. She dropped the babe word, for example, and Matt responded with, "Don't call me that again, got it? I'm not your babe." So she's going to school and takes the bus back and forth. I know her classes run pretty late and buses don't run forever, you know? So Matt is going to pick her up after school in his super fancy car and take her on the most romantic date of her life. Or at least that's what she thinks. He conveniently doesn't get off work until about half an hour after she gets out of class. She says that's fine and she'll just study until Matt arrives. Meanwhile, I'm asking her, as myself, if she wants to hang out. And she says she has some extracurricular thing going on and her friend's going to give her a ride home. Ha ha ha, F you. So she hits up Matt. Her. Hey, are you almost here? If not, I have to take the bus because they stop running soon. You can tell she's a little annoyed. He says, yeah, sorry, had to do some overtime. We were super busy tonight. I'm leaving now. Her. Okay, I can't wait to see you. Smiley face. Oh, you can and you will. Time drags by. Matt is now an hour late. He's super apologetic and he's speeding to the school to get her. Fuck. I just got pulled over. I shouldn't have been speeding, but I felt bad for being late. Her. Seriously? Wow, well, get here as soon as possible. Time keeps ticking and she is pissed at that point. Matt is hours late. Finally, I break the news. Sorry, I don't go out on dates with lying WHORES. Her. What? What are you talking about? This isn't Matt. This is Anon. Her. You guys know each other? No, I set you up to see if you were still an unfaithful cunt, and you are. Then she has the effing nerve to tell me she wasn't actually going to meet up with him. Are you effing kidding me? Don't talk to me anymore, and I suggest you start walking. I think you missed your bus. Months go by and she hits me up. She's very apologetic and says the whole incident has been replaying in her mind. I tell her I appreciate it and I'm willing to be friends. But I have a girlfriend. I didn't, and even if I didn't, I wouldn't date her again. She says she understands, and the subject of our falling out comes up another day. She says her 3-hour walk of shame was the worst she's ever felt in her life. Good. It was the best I've ever felt in mine. Wow, that was epic. Serious. Nuclear level petty revenge. Alright, here's the other story. It's titled, Wife Cheated, so I tricked her into publicly admitting to having the affair and herpes. This was posted in the Nuclear Revenge subreddit. It starts, okay, so I'm the coworker that encouraged him to post this. Unfortunately, your account has to be 7 days old to post here, so I gifted him an alt I made for a joke about a month ago. This story is about 12 years old. I told it to one of my coworkers yesterday and he said I should share it on subreddit. Today he again nudged me, so here we are having drinks before the 4-day weekend and my writing is complete. So, first time here, and hi y'all, sorry if there are typos. I included a TLDR at the end. In college, I met the woman who I thought was my one. We dated for about 2 years and had a big ass wedding after a 10-month engagement. Our family was pretty well to do in a small southern town. We were both continuing our educations and I was also working to support us. I was pursuing a master's in engineering while she was finishing her doctorate in anthropology. Over the summer, an opportunity came up for her to make some extra money going as an aide on a religious studies trip to Jamaica. I didn't hesitate when she asked me about it. I mean, she was going to get to visit Jamaica and get paid for it. I saw no downside other than missing her being at home for 6 weeks. Little did I know at the time, but she had been effing the professor. He had hung out with us, smoked my weed, and drank my effing beer. I considered him a friend, who arranged for the trip for a couple of months, and it was a getaway for them to bang all over the island. I, clueless and happy, went about the weeks while she was gone, taking extra shifts so I could match what she made in our account and surprise her. What a dipshit, right? One of the students from the trip actually seeked me out to clue me in. I didn't believe him until I started looking for evidence of my own. I broke down and checked her texts while she was sleeping and nothing was there. There were a few VMs, so I decided to listen, and there it was, a message from that giant a-hole saying how exciting it was that I almost caught them. I opened up her laptop and hit the emails after that. It was piles and piles of shit, making fun of me for not knowing, effing on her bed and laughing about it. There was so much and I was so heartbroken. Still too hurt to take any action, I was lost. I had no idea what to do, so I sat on it for a couple of weeks and acted as normally as I could. I noticed everything now. I felt so stupid for not seeing it before. So many signs, one stuck out in particular. I noticed that our stash of homemade weed lube, if you've ever tried it, I highly recommend giving it a go, was going down even though we weren't having sex. It was obvious they were also using the fruits of my labor to get off more effectively. This really pissed me off, like unreasonably so. Hulk effing mad. It finally all hit me. I was a goddamn joke to these a-holes and they were using the lube I made and effing in my bed. I didn't hurt anymore. I just wanted to make them hurt. So, while she was studying at the library, I made a new batch of lube. I put enough weed in it for it to smell like normal, but I also added some poison ivy from our backyard to the mixture. And after refilling the spray bottle we used for application, I waited. A few days go by and I'm working extra so I can be out of the house more, and bam, bait taken. That night after she goes to sleep, my plan goes into action. I sneak her phone away and delete my contact, where I will place in his phone number in his contact as mine. I go to bed but can't sleep because it feels like I'm 5 and tomorrow is Christmas. Dawn arises and she's in the shower. I get a text. I'm super itchy. Are you okay? No, Lord. Now is my time. Look, I thought it had cleared up, but I guess I had a flare up. I'm sorry. But I've got herpes and I guess now you do too. I heard this bitch squeak in the shower. I'm covering my mouth, damn near losing it. I went on to tell her that it was time to end things now. A new semester was about to start and I kind of have a little crush on another TA. I wanted her mad. This is a woman that never got told no growing up and never had to deal with rejection, let alone from a balding dude in his 50s with herpes. When she got out of the shower, it was obvious she had been crying, but I could see the anger in her eyes. I could see how uncomfortable she was squirming at the table drinking coffee and mulling the situation over. Another little nudge is what she needed. The reply she got to her pages and pages of anger and sadness was, "Thanks for the good times, but can you keep this a secret between us? I don't want to ruin my chances with anyone else." She's flush with anger now, just seething. She gathered her keys and headed out the door without even saying goodbye. I knew where she was going. I booted up her laptop and set it to reformat, deleting her dissertation and any notes pertaining to it before following her to campus. I parked a few lots over and rushed over to his office, where I find her screaming at him for giving her herpes. There's lots of people there, professors, aides, students, other faculty. I'm dying. He is beyond embarrassed and confused as fuck. She's ugly, crying in front of her peers. I'm in heaven. I didn't even care that people were going to think I had herpes too. The fallout was apocalyptic in their department. He lost his job due to code of conduct at the university. We got divorced the following year. State law was we had to be separated for 1 full year before being granted a divorce. I got to keep most of the assets, primarily savings, and not a ton, but I worked for it. She never finished her doctorate. I went on to be a perpetually pregnant housewife that sells Herbalife on Facebook, and he teaches high school now. It took a few years for it all to unfold, but watching it was glorious. Wow. That was epic. I really like that one. Well, stay tuned next time for stories from the internet.